Next theory I want to talk about is cultural materialism. So this is the idea of the material world, so economic or ecological conditions or technological ideas shape custom and belief. This is really a focus on a scientific exploration of culture and looking for a cause and effect. So less about how ideas, beliefs, and things like that shape human behavior, and more about how materials, technology, natural resources, and things like that are shaping culture. And so it's really taking a very hardline scientific approach, much more quantitative as opposed to qualitative approach, and really looking for a cause and effect. So saying that technology, material aspects of culture are influencing cultural change or causing cultural change. It doesn't reject the idea that beliefs and ideas and attitudes change culture or are influential. It just says they play a secondary role and they aren't quite as influential. Okay, and they either speed up or slow down the rate of change rather than causing the change themselves. Okay. So there are three kind of levels of society within this theoretical perspective. You've got infrastructure, structure, and superstructure. So infrastructure, these are material realities. So technological, economic, and demographic factors, these mold structure and superstructure. Structure refers to the organizational aspects of culture. These are kinship systems, political economy, those sorts of things. And then superstructure are ideological and symbolic aspects. Okay, but important thing here is that technological and economic aspects, or the infrastructure, play the primary role in shaping society. The other two, structure and superstructure, are really secondary. Okay, and like I said, focusing very strongly on scientific methods, using the scientific method very heavily, focusing on quantitative data, things like that. Also really important, this perspective takes the etic approach or the outsider approach. We'll talk about how anthropologists generally like to take the emic or insider approach. We've already talked about that a bit. We use that to really understand the culture from within itself. But this approach, the etic or outsider approach, you take the position or the perspective of the anthropologist as opposed to the native informant. Okay. So this developed in response to theories that suggested that cultural change was the result of human thought rather than material conditions, right? And so it's the opposite idea, that material conditions are causing the change. Leading figures in here are Marvin Harris and Julian Stewart, so you'll hear those names. Julian Stewart focuses more on the environment shaping culture, so that's cultural ecology. And so he's more focused there, but still kind of within this realm of cultural materialism. Right. Okay, so really the key things here are that material conditions are influencing or causing the cultural change in the society, and we're taking a very scientific approach, and we're using that etic perspective. So this is the outsider perspective.